Hello and welcome to a new playthrough of Stellaris Machine Age. We are gonna try out a robot empire after our cybernetic attempts last time. Last time we played as the Discount Augment Emporium, who were our black market aug dealing monkey people. This time around, I want to be robots. I want to be full-on robots. And kind of my thought is about playing as a overlord-based faction and really focusing on like gobbling up as many vassals as possible, strengthening ourselves that way, maybe going very big on the military. I want to do what I kind of normally do, which is go through this step by step and decide like, well, what's our origin, you know, what's our government, and build it sort of backwards in a weird way. So last time we took Synthetic Creed, where we also have Synthetic Fertility, which is really about trying to become modified. And then there is Arc Welders, which I think is just requirements species type machine. I think we're going to be Arc Welders. The planet is barren, but the home system is a bounty of riches. To exploit it, these machines built bigger than ever before. A mighty arc furnace dominates the sky, but these master engineers are far from satisfied. The galaxy awaits, the possibilities are endless. All it takes is the ingenuity to see them. All of our mining districts are replaced with generator districts. We get an arc furnace in our starting location and the ability to build arc furnaces. I found arc furnaces are very strong, especially when mixed with the Dyson spheres, Dyson swarms. So I wouldn't actually mind if we really crack into some mega engineering for these guys. I think that could be pretty good. Your Swedish joke, what happens when a blonde moved from Sweden to Denmark? The IQ of both countries increased? It's a bad joke. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. Unless it's some arc welders. You had issues with classified being tedious and ambushing? Irked you? Properly play it yet? Yeah. All the XCOM likes, right? It's funny that every game since XCOM 2 that tries to be XCOM 2 fails to equal or push past the barrier, I find. With the one exception probably being Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Now, we no longer need to play as a machine intelligence, as a robot. We can actually be individual robots. Individualists, so to speak. Robot upkeep and research speed is pretty natural for us. I feel like Xenophile, not a bad choice if we're going to run around the galaxy and try to bring everyone into our robo fold. And then maybe militarist, because there's pretty much only one way to do that, and it's by fighting. So these guys turn food into alloys. Chemists, transducers, and gas refineries have their mineral upkeep replaced with food upkeep. So, as robots, we don't need food. I kind of like the idea that we could turn food into alloys, but at the same time, do we even want to be farming in the first place? That's debatable. Crusader spirit? Oh, we could be like... we could be like holy robots. I sort of like that idea. Part of me was thinking about trying to make the Adeptus Mechanicus from Warhammer. Ship weapon damage, ship build speed. Can only use Liberation Wars. Brings enlightenment to the masses through aggressive proselytizing. That's not a terrible idea. Dark consortiums for dark matter stuff. Diplomatic corps. Trust cap, diplo weight, envoy increased relations. Distinguished admiralty. Also not a bad idea if we're going to go military. Always nice to have that extra ship fire rate. Eager explorers start with 10 fewer pops than normal. So this could be really bad because we already start with reduced pops. I think that's maybe too much. Got some classes, you're going to be back soon? Not to worry, dude. If not, until next day. Are we Necrons or are we Borg? Great question. I feel more like Necrons. We definitely have that vibe happening. Functional architecture, Genesis guides. Heroic past. No, no, no. Lubrication tanks. Pop assembly speed increased per industrial district. The Machine Empire improved its basic drone shell production through vigorous application of highly aggressive lube agents, controlled by carefully programmed terminals. Pop assembly speed is always very good. Also gives us extra unity, but we require more amenities. I could vibe on that. Marine machines. Nah, I don't really think so. I suppose if we end up having a lot of vassals, we're going to end up having a lot of migration treaties. So we might be a fairly mixed empire that ends up needing food down the road. But perhaps we could just turn everyone into robots. It's not a bad idea. War exhaustion gain 20% is kind of very good. Because war exhaustion feels very busted right now. I think one thing is that you can only take like so many systems at a time. Mechanical pop assembly speed 20%. Pops are, I think, still king. The more pops you have, the better. Sovereign Guardianship unlocks Fanatic Guardians as defensive armies. Allows building a reloading bay in starbases. Our last campaign, we ended up being very, very starbase focused, and I definitely don't want to do that this time. Research alternatives and head of research bonuses. Those are pretty good. I guess I'm really looking for, like... Are there anything that really affects vassals as a robot? Conserved fauna jobs with gladiatorial beast jobs. I love that. That's very fun. Feudal society. Requires us to have imperial authority. Subject to naval capacity contribution. Subjugation acceptance. Subjects exempt from divided patronage. Ignore diplomatic requirements when proposing subjugation. Your subjects cannot have... prohibited expansion, do not join subject wars, and limited diplomacy. Interesting. Okay, so we could be feudal robots. Do you know what you call someone immigrating to Sweden? Artificial Swedeners? That tracks. That absolutely tracks. I kind of like this idea about being like robot knights. I think that might be the way we have to go. It does mean we'd be imperial. So we would take that probably with feudal society. With the idea kind of being that all of our vassals would be doing their own thing. And that if we got attacked, it would really be the vassals getting attacked. Do I know why the vampire moved to Stockholm? I don't know. The long nights? Now, I guess my only question here is if I take, can we only use liberation wars? Does that mean I can't subjugate people? Crusader can only use liberation wars. Policy is very bad for your plan of acquiring vassals via warfare. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. That's kind of the vibe I was putting on there. All right, so my debate here is like, I could go lubrication tanks for pop assembly speed. Rapid replicator for pop assembly speed. That's just a flat 20. With cheap robot assists. Minerals from miners. I'd love like minerals from star bases. Because we're going to go with a lot of arc furnaces. He had a Swede tooth. That's why he moved to Stockholm. Hiya. Can we go back to talking about Centaur Minotaur hybrids? Please no. I mean, we can. But it was definitely a weird one. All right, so I'm also just thinking about if we are arc furnaces, we're going to have mega structures, which means engineering is kind of important. Diplomatic core is always an option for additional envoys. Diplo weight, trust cap. A feudal society with diplomatic core. No, I feel like it's got to be something military. If we're going feudal society, we have to go something military. Because we have naval capacity contribution, subjugation acceptance, exempted from divided patronage. We're gonna need big fleets. So we either take admiralty. We can't take crusader spirits. The idea being that like our knights, our robo knights are the most important people. Does anybody look like a robot knight? I like these guys. They have a good vibe about them. You look kind of holy. We got these guys or we got these guys. YouTube's going to be very confused about our conversations today. There's no doubt about it. We could always just be the cube. But it doesn't feel quite right. I kind of like these dudes. All the clothing very much the same. Gold and whites, or we could be like red. Reds and pinks. I just gotta know. What do these guys look like? More nice colors, but nothing too wild. Nothing too crazy. The other guys I was thinking about was that under Toxoid, there are these dudes who are like very... They remind me of Adeptus Mechanicus a lot. But no, I think we gotta go. We'll go straight machine. And we'll go for these guys, and we'll try to be like a bunch of feudal holy robot knights. All right, we've decided on that. We've got the arc furnaces. We're a imperial military materialist xenophile, which feels correct. Imperial, this requires some degree of militarist. Part of me feels like we could drop militarist and go straight for high technology. As we are robots, it is hard to keep up with the computer's tech speeds. We'd probably go for something like static research analysis there for code breaking, research alternatives. Technocracy, also not always terrible. What would these be called? Illuminated autocracy. I always like looking for like the fun names, but I don't think we're going to get a cool one this time. All right, let's just stick with it. Let's stick with it. Last but not least, we need our traits. Adaptive frames lets us auto mod. Is very, very nice as an ability. Basically, our robots just automatically start switching their stuff out to whatever's needed. Though it's never really quite as good as just doing the work yourself. We're not going to need food, and we're not going to need minerals, because we're going to get minerals from space, not jobs. So superconductive would work pretty well for us. Though also, I don't think we need that, because if we build Dyson swarms, we'll be fine. We could grab tech. Part of me is literally just thinking about like tech and more of us. This does feel like we are just going to live forever. Propaganda, empire size from Pops. All right, if we do that. Oh, we could just pick straight engineering instead of logic engines. Which may be our better option here. War machines, nanny bots, art generators, research assistants, worker bots, conversational AI. These are all free. Eternal machine, leader lifespan immortal. That's kind of nice. We'd only ever have one leader. Oh, I mean, would he not be just the absolute God Emperor, though? That's quite interesting. Because I can't change my leader. So if my leader picks up a bunch of terrible traits, it's awful. But if he picks up a bunch of really good traits, I'm pretty much invulnerable forever. You ran an ultra marathon in northern Sweden. You were very confused when you crossed the finish line. What is with all the Swede jokes today? The white-throated dipper is the national bird of Norway. The mute swan is Denmark's, and the black bird is Sweden's. I did not know this. Cool, I can't just take literally any one of these. Conversational AI, nanny bots. Honestly, I want to probably say research. All right, what sucks about our faction if we take things? Upkeep, -2. There is no other -2. High bandwidth, but I have streamlined protocols. So if I get rid of logic engines, I could take engineering core instead. And then, oh man, the idea of like a God Emperor robot is very, very fun. We know all we need to know about Scandinavians. God damn. All right, screw it. I'm gonna go Eternal Machine. We have to take so many negative things to keep this. That's wild. So many negative things to take this. If he lives forever, we might as well give him 10% minus experience gain. I can take one positive trait and then one more negative trait if I want this. I feel like this is not a good idea. Pop housing, amenities. Happiness. You know what? Let's go wasteful. And then I think let's take engineering core. Oh, I can't take any of the free ones. Well, I feel like maybe I'm better off just like getting rid of one of these then. But getting rid of that and then taking research assistance. Upkeep from jobs. Can we use genetics with machines to undo the bad traits? You can fix some of them. It's not just the ruler, all of my leaders. Yeah, my scientists, my generals, everybody. Which should be kind of nice. I don't know, man. I think I'll take conversational AI. It seems like this has the most use for me. Especially if we're taking roboticist upkeep plus 20%, because that's going to be costly. Let us take some machine names. Can we get some unique ones? Systemotrons. Part of me wants to just give them like real names. Should we give them the cyberpunks names? Oh, individualistic machines. Direct grouping, demand grouping, project grouping, first luminal. Let's go with these guys. Robot god. What would a robot god be called? Should we just go with Lord for the ship prefix? The Lord Ego Cruise, the Lord Neutral Wand, Lord Full Autonomy. The Omni Saw, of course. That's true. If we are the immortal forever machine. All right, but real talk here. Do I need to be spiritualist instead of materialist? I hate that these two are incompatible with each other. Because I want to be holy machines, and I don't think I can allow that to happen. Exalted priesthood, no. Imperial cult. We have to be authoritarian and spiritualist if we want that. And it's really just more priest jobs, which I don't think is right for us. I'm okay with it. They're robots. They're delegating. The Prime Code. Oh, man. That's actually a really good name. I don't know what the adjective for that would be. The Prime Code still. The Infinite Loop. That's also good. I mean, we do have this infinity symbol already here.
System diagnostic completed. All the only certainties in this galaxy are self-destruct sequence initiative.
I think we'll take the machine intelligence as our advisor. Arc welding. I want to see these new machine cities because I haven't tried them yet. The Eternal Machine. The Matrix. We could call the homeworld the Infinite Loop. We'll need a cool star name, though. Solar Prime? Maybe? If we're robots, I don't... part of me feels like desert has to be... Or like an arid world. Rocky world, dry rocky world. This feels like a good place that robots would like. Mobius? We also need a species name. While we figure out the rest. The bits and pieces. I'm going to go with the machine boats. All right, I love that they all have this orange on them, so I kind of want that to be our primary flag color. Just to like punch up the visual. I think we go a little deeper than that. And if we're going orange, blue is traditionally complementary. I kind of wish they were switched. Necroid is where the infinity loop comes from. There is something I like about the infinity loop, but I think the prime code feels very fun to me. Because if the idea is like it's a bunch of interconnected species being run by this god robot, right? Like that's the plan for this campaign. I'm not set on these colors, I can tell you that much. I think we might have to go for this for our outfit. I'm getting a little like Egyptian. I'm getting a little Necron energy all of a sudden. You know, with this outfit on this desert planet. There's something about it. This vibe kind of works for me too. Room 5. So could roommate. I'm also just like looking at this guy and thinking like he kind of looks like a pharaoh, right? This is big Necron colors. If we did decide to go for that. I kind of like this. I got to switch up these colors. I actually think we kind of go like white and maybe... Or we could go like that and white. This could work. This kind of looks like... Kind of looks like Predator to you. I could see that as well. Some Predator energy. I like the way that this is nice and nestled. I'm liking the design on these guys right now. They're starting to come together. Plasma fusion for our sun. Yeah, man, I'll take that. That's you're crushing the names. Plasma fusion. The homeworld of the infinite loop. We can name our species. We could call them Mobiuses. Mobian. Mobius. Call your empire anything loop related. I hope we find the horizon signal in this game. Looks like Predator if all black. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we're getting it. Luxurious. Repurpose hardware, but eternal machine. We're super habitable. We have conversational AI. I think. We could be war machines. No, I feel like army damage is not like a big thing. You just build more troops. Like 5% extra army, or just like add an extra army to your guys. I guess it does make us easier for taking people over if we have War Machine. I think I like conversational AI. So, if we're the prime code and we're the Mobius strips and we're pharaohs, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just keep Lord as the ship name. I'm okay with that. The Infinite Loop, we're Plasma Fusion, we're a rocky planet, Arc Welders, who are materialistic, xenophilic, which I don't actually think we need. I think we might go Fanatic Materialist. There is no divine spark granting special value to a living mind. No object has intrinsic value apart from what we grant it. Let us embrace the freedom of certitude and achieve maximum efficiency in all things. We are a feudal society who has a distinguished admiralty. I suppose the alternative is I could just get rid of this and make us more better at crushing people. Feudal empire. I just feel like, you know, being able to create additional alloys is like something that the arc furnaces are going to do. So I don't really need to worry about increasing the benefits on that. It's more like I need my ships to be good. And I need my subjects to be controlled. Yeah, I think I'm okay with it. The prime code. We'll take these guys. We got our machine ships. Ooh, which still look pretty good with the yellow. Honestly, it still works. Now, I need a name for our ruler. He is going to be our immortal ruler of the prime code. We're playing Arc Welder Origin. The leader of the Mobius faction. The prime code. The loop. Well, our planet is called the Infinite Loop. I always feel like throwing the into titles is going to make things get confused. Part of me wants to call him like Pharaoh Khan. Like, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Lord Pharaoh. Loop 1. The prime loop. There's a bit of a combination of both of them. Loop to loop. Or I guess Loop Prime. We could also just change his ruler title to Prime Loop. Secondary loop for the heir that will never get to be, I guess. He's even got like the little pharaoh beard, you know, and he's kind of got like this beak. Green, blue, or red? I guess this must be like what the avians look like when they fully roboticize. Which does feel pretty fitting for a pharaoh-based culture. Make his title Mobius. Well, no, that's the name of our species. The ever code. The ever code? Loop Ra? Ra Loop? I kind of like Evercode. Perhaps the Evercode. Everyone's going to get a the in front of their name. The prime code, the infinite loop, the Evercode. All right, we do get to pick traits for him, which is pretty important. Feedback loop. Stability, infiltration, minerals from jobs. Eye for talent, not really useful. Naval capacity +5. I probably don't want him to be a commander because then he is going to be leading my fleet all the time. A flat research speed bonus, though, would be pretty useful because I can guarantee that he can upgrade this, so he always has like super research speed. The Omni Welder. What about the Omnicode? Or just Omnicode? All right, we're almost done. I swear. We're gonna take research assistance. Also, I've decided to switch that out because I went with the extra fanatic materialist here. That's going to give us the research speed there. That's going to give us like an extra 3%. This is going to give us like an extra stacking 3% that goes up over time. The Omnisa, it's a bit too on our nose. Fleet command limit. Commander experience gain 20%. Starting level also +2. I don't mind that because I feel like commanders die somewhat frequently. And they're also extremely valuable to have. So that's actually really, really good. And then I think feudal society is just kind of like what we're role-playing for. I think that's it. I think that's all we go for. Warbots instead of feudal society. No, because I think like feudal society is kind of like the important crux of this character. We are going to do... Why am I only allowed large and huge galaxies? Oh, because I'm in a 6-arm spiral. I'm going to do a medium 4-arm spiral. Because when we played on huge, the end game got really, really bad. We're also going to do 0.7 cost tech. But we're also going to drop both of these a point. That feels good. And if we survive 50 years past the crisis, 24-25 is really like on a huge game was when things started getting really, really messy. And you can always play past this victory year as well. I mean, ultimately, it's like beating the crisis, but we'll keep playing on Admiral, which is very, very difficult, but not the most difficult. But with no scaling difficulty. Everything else is good, I think. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. I leave for one meeting and we went from medieval to super futuristic. Yeah. Years of exploration have left the infinite loop barren, but the skies above are rich with resources. And with an ambition matched only by our ingenuity, we now seek a livelihood in space. Initial construction of the arc furnaces are a massive undertaking and its potential immense. Upgrading to full capacity is an obvious next step as a need for system-wide resource extraction. But what lies beyond our borders? What incredible opportunities await the artful engineer? With the advent of FTL, the galaxy is our drafting board. It is time to get to work. So many hubs. We are, ooh, right on the edge of the center of the galaxy. That's a fun one. An ocean world out this way. I tell you what, I want to know whether or not that goes anywhere, and it doesn't look like it does. So let's start maybe here for exploration. Our leader never dies. He is our prime scientist. Why is he a recluse? Why did I start with a negative trait? And I for talent. Ah, man, Diplo weight -5 is going to be rough. That's going to really stack late game. But I guess it's also kind of fitting for, you know, an immortal pharaoh. You got ship fire weight and weapons damage. You can also pick up hostility, which gives you ship weapon damage 5% and army damage. Or we could just keep leveling up aggressiveness. Aggressive and hostile seems like a pretty fun decision here. Okay. Our fleet here. Construction ship. Just realizing I have chat in just the worst spot, don't I? Let's put you guys here instead. Less in the way. Or maybe like up here. Let's put you down here for now. We need to harvest many things. Let's start with the two of those. And then maybe that guy. We'll get our tech sorted out. Energy from Starbase constructions, not a bad idea. Research outputs, also not a bad idea. Actually, you know what? Let's go with that right away because those we're going to need that pretty early on. We can grab some early naval capacity. Fleet command limit upgrading doesn't really make much sense if we don't have the naval capacity for it. And then, sure, build speed for corvettes. That could rock. Baby got bacon. Good afternoon. What's up? What's wrong with being recluse? We were social distancing before it was cool. Facts. Truth. We have admin, office, research labs, commercial zones, machine assembly plants. Not enough to build anything else. We have unemployed workers. We have industrial wastelands. This one would be good to get for an extra pop early on. And then we have the arc furnace itself. Vizzy, the secondary loop. This is our heir. He gets eye for talent. He is also a commander. Naval capacity or ship weapon damage and sublight speed. Ooh. Great question. I feel like fleet organizer is really good for you. And we might be able to like find a space to put you on the council. System pop happiness here. Like another military character. Right now we have this guy who's the Minister of Defense. Honestly. Oh, I didn't realize hostility is only a counselor trait. This guy is way better. Let's put him in there. He's also not doing anything. But TBH, nothing for him to do. Let's start cranking it. Get boogieing.
Construction complete.
We got some nice, fairly low level research. Our head of research is also an archaeologist, which is not bad. A tier 2 anomaly? Yeah, let's grab that. Just in the early on, while we're waiting on resources, we got to individually do these mining stations. As we get that little extra bit. Now, we're going to want domination for sure, because it allows us to hegemon people. Only when we're completely done. Capital buildings provide extra housing. We provide extra resources. Counselor experience gain and edict fund. Domination is going to be kind of weird. There are a few new tech trees they just introduced with this new patch, including modularity, nanotech, and virtuality. Virtual traits can no longer be resettled. Gets living metal from metallurgists. Adopting all modularity traits grants the machine leaders the synth trait, giving them upkeep from jobs minus 15. That's pretty cool. Pops with auto modding traits optimized per month plus 4. Mechanical pop assembly from roboticists plus 1, but they take living metal. Soldier jobs. Advanced traits for species modifications. Machine modification points plus 4. And then there's nanotech as well. Unlocks agenda. Unstoppable swarm. Nanite research facility. Nanite harvester. Nanite harvesters yield improvements after 5 years, increasing the size of nanite deposits or creating nanite swarmer ships. Empire size from planets minus 50. Oh my god. Has finished the transformation situation. Okay, so I can't get these yet. But I love Subsume World. Ooh. Oh no. Am I going to become a nanite monster? I might. I do feel like discovery is what we got to start with. Because A, we need to discover. B, we need research. Kind of important. Kind of an important one. You've got enough to create a pop for us. In fact, you might as well do all of this for us right now. My amenities suck And my stability is bad. I'm looking for choke points on the map. This might be one. This looks like it's clear. And this looks like it's really open. I'm actually kind of worried about that side. We found an ancient life pod on the planet. An old 5,000-year-old alien clutching onto a picture of another individual from space.
Planetary alert. Locker expunged.
We can launch our citizen happiness here and then probably just start charting the unknown. I want to say we chart the unknown. For right now, it's the right choice. Why would robots have low stability? We're not a Gestalt consciousness. Is the simple answer. We're robots that have free will, but we believe in our leader. We believe in the Omnicode. Prime loop Omnicode. Let's see. We probably like other Xenos. But do you think we might want to just destroy other Xenos? That's a bit confusing. Here's the thing. The first people I come in contact with, I'm going to want to go to war with so I can conquer them right away. I think that's going to be our plan. Which, if this is the case, we also need to make sure that we are, like, on top of corvettes. Though right now, I need to be on top of science ships. I actually cannot believe I have not built ships yet. Our head of research, who is leading this ship, just leveled up. I'm going to give him archaeologist. While not useful now, will be very useful in the future. This guy has anomaly discovery chance and anomaly research speed. We'll grab you and we'll take you this way. Raid and kidnap enemies, set up a prison planet like a bio zoo. I mean, that's kind of part of what I was thinking about. You know, like we're the only ones capable of keeping the place safe. Keeping everybody in check.
Construction complete.
All right, and then I suppose we might hire this guy. Oh, put you over your leader cap. Oh, no. Map the stars. You're ruling. Oh, and I can't have him. I can't put my main character in a science ship. Correct. All right, well, then unfortunately this becomes useless. So I guess we'll just keep it there for now.
Planetary alert. Locker expunged.
Bit of a goof 'em up. This is an enclosed system. So this could be a good choke point. This could be a good choke point. Not sure what's down here yet, but Prime Loop, the Omnicode, gets Spark of Genius level 2. And we keep on building. So right now, amenities are a real issue. I'm gonna be real with us. I think I'm just gonna get research labs. Minister of State has leveled up. He currently has leadership experience. Trade focused. I don't really feel like that's for us. I mean, I suppose it's not bad. This guy's the Minister of State, but he might not stay it. He might just end up leading a planet. All right, I'll take trade focused.
System survey complete.
Currently, these planets around us are not great. A gateway? Already? And archaeological sites. Okay. We'll start the habitable world survey and try to get as much information as we can. And we'll pick up another tradition here. Survey speed. This would give me another scientist capacity. Which would actually increase my survey speed once I have the unity for it. I tell you what, let's we're gonna go down this way. I want to see where this closes.
System survey complete.
So we'll keep zooming around for near the Gruner. This guy is not the funnest chain. They've inhabited a planet some 7 million years ago. Another archaeological dig. So the Gruner are, I guess, our precursor event. Their whole thing is they create Gaia worlds where everybody can live on it.
System survey complete.
The problem with this is that we are robots and don't really care about Gaia worlds. Okay, this amenities is just going up over time, so I think if I just let it keep growing, we'll be okay. Gruner are a cool one, though. Nicer than most. I was hoping to get something like the one that creates like fleets when you click it, or something just a little more military. We found a gigantic skeleton.
Situation log adjusted.
Is that here? Can you research that project before we do anything else? Oh, I'm lacking minerals. An arid world and an alpine world here. Okay, well, you got to get scouted right now. We got to get her done. I always love this phase where you're just like learning and growing and discovering all the stuff around you. Oh man, if there's not a choke point down here. Right now, it's like perfect choke point here and here to lock down early. If I could find one down here, we'd have a pretty tasty bit of space. It's a lot of tech here. We need these worlds, but until that's at least finished being investigated. I guess what we'll do is that, and then that with this guy. Just get to the borders. Posture check, hydro check, thank you. Ring world would have been nice. Yeah, ring world would have been a very, very good to have started with. Our scientist who discovers surveys.
Construction complete.
Discovers anomalies. Can also have you just research quicker. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Some pretty cool tech here.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
It ain't bad. Okay, we're running low on consumer goods. I think a funny thing about this is that we don't grow pops. We only build them. Which can be a little tricky. Currently, we're expansionist. Unrestricted wars. I want... oppressive vassalage. Integration permitted, limited diplomacy, expansion prohibited. Am I even allowed this as a feudal state? I feel like the answer to that must be no, right? Your subjects cannot have expansion prohibited, limited diplomacy, do not join subject wars. Limited diplomacy, expansion prohibited. Expansion regulated. Expansion permitted. I guess we'll go balanced. We're gonna go with, yeah, I guess a mixed economy, wealth creation. Purging people. I guess we could displace.
System survey.
For now. Good minerals here.
Situation log adjusted.
And also potentially good stuff. Another Alpine world. Okay.
System survey complete.
Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Technological acquisition successful.
Let's upgrade survey speed. Go hard on it. We'll move to Sturber first. I'm gonna have some real consumer good problems soon. Our head of research
Technological acquisition successful.
could pick up survey speed. He's currently an archaeologist. I think we'll grab that. Our naval capacity is up. We've unlocked bioreactor, which gives us energy credits from farmers. I feel like this is a very, very lucky thing for us to have just gotten. It certainly confuses some stuff. And I would argue basically means that we cannot make food. But we make energy, which is what we want in the first place. Like, that makes sense for a bunch of robots.
System survey complete.
Some astral threads down that way. Sorry, we also have a research project in this system, it looks like.
System survey complete.
The Crystal Codex? I feel like I just missed that completely. Is this also a closed system? I have to explore. After probing the surface, the heat signatures on Bear are caused by hydrothermal springs. They seem to be more to this planet than meets the eye. Subterranean ocean modifier added to Beer 5. A frozen world. Or a bunch of Unity. I don't know what this modifier adds. Interesting. Continued exploration of the crew has revealed the hot water coming from the deep within the planet's crust is teeming with life. Okay, so we basically traded 300 Unity for 500 society research. And the Crystal Codex, the terms and conditions for trilateral trade treaty between major alien powers that dominated this quadrant of the galaxy will prove invaluable to improving our own ability to communicate with aliens. Statecraft, granting research speed statecraft and chance for statecraft research. Cool. And a bunch more society. Society tech going burr. Okay, this is another choke point. I guess let's figure it out. I don't really want to go anywhere past that, I don't think. I'm just trying to figure out where my choke points are down here. An encounter with beta aliens. What are they? Ooh. 16.8K on a space station. They're not aggressive, so I'm gonna guess that they are like yeah, they're a station, so these guys could be keepers. They could be any number of things. Curators, artisans, yeah. The colony ship is still lacking alloys. I'm gonna just have to buy a handful. And then the old expansion planner. Wild storms giving us physics research. Cool. Stybor here is a pretty rock solid place for us if we send our boys. The home of dust? Well, that's a perfect name. Very pleased with that. This is a 3 physics research. I might want to end up building a Dyson thing there as well. I guess the problem is we need so much to actually upgrade any of our equipment. Anomaly research speed. Yeah, we'll double down on that. This is a choke point. This is a very potent choke point. Huge chunks. Huge, tasty chunks of space here, my lads.
System survey complete.
+2 to an asteroid. If you're done, you're going to move here. Our Corvettes are building faster. Space torpedoes. Mining station output is very, very good for us if we have an arc furnace. So I think we're going to grab that right nice and early. I'm also going to have to set up a new monthly trade for these guys. As we explore and we learn a little bit more about everybody around us. Guy has so many planets left to do. You know what? Send him that way.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
We'll skip that anomaly for now, because that's a pretty high level one. But we'll increase that research speed, survey speed.
System survey complete.
Yeah, if I could get these choke points. This could be a really, really tasty zone. Oh, double tomb worlds. What is this place? I am ever so curious. You're going to hit those, and then you're going to just start coming back here and running through all this stuff.
System.
A ruined capital. As per the Waves, a crew's initial suspension, Ruinous Core appears to be a fallen capital of a spacefaring society whose former colonies are built on irradiated scrap heaps of inhospitable tomb worlds. From the data the team has gathered, the downfall of this lost civilization was almost certainly the result of interstellar warfare waged by an unknown external threat. It remains unclear whether the planet's owners repelled the invasion but succumbed to the post-war fallout of a Pyrrhic victory, or if the invaders crushed these colonies and their inhabitants before moving on. The extreme state of ruin on the planet precludes the extraction of data from remaining electronics, and neither the capital nor its colonies possess any survivors. And if it does have survivors,
Logical acquisition successful.
we'll enslave them. Fleet command limit is perfect. Another archaeological site as well. I feel like that's an event that is gonna bite me in the arse, but we're gonna do it anyway. And we now have our first colony up and running, babies. Good to see it. Along with some exotic gases nearby. Survey this, and then I'm going to have him go up here. All right, all of our ships are very, very busy. We're going to start locking all this down. Part of me is concerned about, like, should I push heavy into other areas to try and figure out, like, where the closest species are, to figure out whether or not I need to go extra hard in one direction? Zura Corp. All right. So these guys are a merchant fleet who sells exotic gases. I'll buy some for now, just to start making friends with them. I have to say, I really like the visual design of our faction. We isolated a signal embedded within an unusual pattern of interference in the Mang system. The signal is a song. Who or what composed it is unknown, but we learned a lot about space.
System survey complete.
Like 50% habitability seems still like a good habitability. Minerals from jobs. This is the Omnicode has leveled up. Council agenda speed is kind of always good. Docked ship upkeep and army upkeep is not bad, but I do feel like the Omnicode is our politician. Mining rush I don't feel we need at all. What is our government doing right now? Charting the unknown. Survey speed 100%. Ooh. Another tomb world down here. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of tomb worlds nearby.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
To an almost concerning point.
Construction complete.
We got some more rare crystals around and astral threads down there.
Technological acquisition successful.
Survey speeds increased. I don't want to neglect our military things. Like, we are meant to be a military focused faction, and I feel like as we start growing out in this way, we're gonna start needing good things go boom. Energy weapons, power generation. Let's start with the power generator. It's probably not the thing that we need to do first, but what I'm not finding is a lot of like a very good places to set up shop. We have gotten our first two factions. We have the Glory Initiative, who's upset that we're not using enough naval capacity and impressing people. And the Association of Technocratic Reform, which is very happy with basically everything. Can we promote you guys? Does this cost anything to do this? Materialist ethic attraction versus militarist and authoritarian. What does it cost to do this? Nothing? Back again. Are we winning? We've got a pretty good start, a pretty strong start.
System survey complete.
We haven't met any other factions, which is always, you know, part of the scare. But we've got some early choke points. Honestly, I feel like with this choke point and this choke point, I have to rush to Mang, because that's the only one that's like, there's not really any choke point down there. My head of state is really focused on trade, which I'm not in love with. We'll take planetary unification for that extra bit of unity. Volatile motes and rare crystals. There's a lot of good stuff down in this system.
Technological acquisition successful.
One of our scientists have leveled up survey speed or anomaly discovery chance. I feel like anomaly discovery chance is a better option for us. Bellavarl. Okay, so we have a terraforming place up here. We have more and more anomalies everywhere. Mining speed increases. Mining station again. Ceramo metal armor also, though. I'm going to take that one.
Planetary surface settlement established.
You're going to build a starbase here. And then I'm going to build more corvettes.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
And our first colony is officially up and running. The home of dust. Machine assembly plant is obviously what I need, because otherwise we don't make babies. And honestly, it looks like I'm just going to be inhabiting a lot of 50% planets, whether I like it or not. So what do I need? 200 and 200. The refreshing hub. Why not? Mang and its Burr are must-take systems. Yeah. Teom would be nice. But definitely getting down to Mang or Bralex. I'm really interested in all these tomb worlds because we could take like holy consecrated planets, I think it's called, where we could consecrate all of those tomb worlds. An automated shipyard in Bralex.
Situation log adjusted.
That requires a construction ship to do. All right. Didn't really want to build a second construction ship this early, but... Our scientists have discovered something rather monstrous. The mountain range they scanned earlier is actually the giant membrane of an egg. Ooh. Crack it open or study it from afar. I think I'm going to study it. A, permanent research. B, what if it hatches? We discovered an abandoned solar sail ship as well. Primitive, but interesting design.
System survey complete.
Certainly have to make a push down this way. Once we're done here. Busy bumblebees. We're doing okay here. We don't have a ton of jobs, but we're still like growing. I could do those three, but I tell you what, why don't we do these instead?
System survey complete.
Hostile fleets. Uh-oh. An encounter in Namron. Against... Oh my god. A lot of Tithyanki? 3.7k. Wow. Well, let's learn about him. 3.7k. We have a fleet of 400. It's not great. It's not great. I think I'm going to start buying some alloys as well.
Construction complete. Council agenda ready.
Just because it feels like I'm running low on them. An anomaly found close to Ifrov appears to be some sort of rift in space. Impossible the great mass of Ifrov somehow caused it, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift only refracts and blocks light, but seems to actually draw it in and push it out as if it were breathing photons. It's an immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled other things as well. We should exercise caution. Keep a watch until we know more. Dispatch a probe to monitor the rift. Add +4 physics to the planet. If this wasn't a neutron, it would be so crazy having an engineering 4, physics 4 planet.
Situation log adjusted.
We're going to situation log it. 1,000 physics research. We're also going to chart the unknown, giving us 100% survey speed. Very good stuff. And then I'll expand the council. Early game's always the most fun before the snowball picks up speed or the con shows up. It's always the gamble, isn't it? Hopefully this is just not like an alive... a star that's actually alive.
Surface variable.
That one's pretty hard. Another arid world down here, though. Nice habitable space. Definitely. We gotta keep pushing down this way. Oh, definitely. We gotta keep pushing down that way. Leader pool size experience gain or research subsidies. Or do I start another ascension perk? I guess it's always good to finish the one that you're on. I am technically not spending any of this exotic gases on anything, so why don't we just spend it on fuel? Increase our sublight speed.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to Mang. 5 to get to Browlix. Big and testy.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Observation of the entities in Nemeron. Increased edict fund would give us the ability to probably do those research subsidies at minimal cost. We have an ammonia biosphere over here. Lots. I feel like we're getting a lot of society research. In strange ways. My scientist who surveys wants to become a champion of the people. I guess that's something that people can get behind.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Part of me is also wondering, like, I could just save up a bunch of money and choke point that immediately. A closer scan of the debris field around this planet has led to discover an ancient atomic clock that measures time. Around Tricitador 1? 4, 3, 4A, 2, 1. Molten World. Keep an eye on it. Sometimes that terraforms planets. We also have a huge arid world here. That's going to be important to take. To get our colonies up and running early. Wow, and we've already completed the habitable world survey. That's crazy. I've never gotten that done so fast in my life. That is like record-breaking time for me.
Special project complete.
Many months have passed since the discovery of the rift near Efrov. Nothing ordinary has happened, but now we've received reports of large gathering of mineral-laden rocks pouring out of it. You get a bunch of minerals. All right. I ain't gonna say no.
Special project complete.
News of a gigantic being in the dark void of space is spreading across your empire like a plague. Concern and optimistic wonder, but it brings an existential dread to the populace. Historical documents will record this day as tremendous importance. Where is a Leviathan? We haven't met the Leviathan, and yet we found a Leviathan? Oh, we got this ship from the automated shipyard. The breathing rift has closed. The rift has vanished, drawing its last breath. Data collected over time has furthered our research physics studies. Yeah, man, we should have put the physics post on that. We would have got more out of that over time. We have finally learned about space amoebas. We can get damage for space amoebas or space amoeba study. We're militarist. I think I'm actually gonna hunt space amoebas in Tithyanki, which is something I never normally do. But it feels like that's going to be the right choice for us in this campaign.
Acquisition successful.
And let's see.
Anomalous surface.
Probably I'm going to send you to there.
Construction complete.
Strike craft, Corvette bonuses. If I put space torpedoes, I could put space torpedoes on probably all of my boats. Picket ships and interceptors. Oh, no. They don't have gunboats. Unlocks ship type frigate. Oh, okay. They're just different. Having a rift that closes in your home system bad seems like it gives whoever's on the other side easy access to your core worlds. Well, it was some sort of weird, like, interdimensional being as a rift. So I'm going to say that the jury is out on that one. Where is this? Elon. Lots of good archaeological sites hanging around with us. This construction ship is done. It can keep going. We could build a trading enclave here with Suracorp if we wanted. Survey of Kuhnbar has revealed it used to be a pristine continental planet with a mild climate as little as 1,000 years ago. The atmosphere today, though, is extremely toxic. Scene of incredibly destructive thermonuclear war. There's a lot of like massive thermonuclear war mass wipeout events going on here. Like tomb worlds all over the place as well. I'm getting very suspicious.
Technological acquisition successful.
Our head of research has leveled up. Who is our archaeologist? Archaeology excavation speed, astral rift exploration speed, survey speed. Or statistician. I mean, I don't know that this guy's going to stay my head of research. I'm probably going to fire him for somebody else eventually. Survey speed 10% and discovery chance 10% is okay, but I feel like speed is what you're doing, so you're going to be a scholar. Our fusion reactor is finished. I'm going to have to take some AI, which seems very ironic as we're robots. Not entirely sure how that works. I'd also like to keep working on the army. Got abandoned amusement parks.
Planetary surface settlement established.
We got a new colony that needs robots. How are other places doing? I have no jobs here. So, let us build jobs. The home of dust. It's going to need a city district probably before anything else. That'll also give us a job with a clerk. Event chain, fuel for the forge. Now from a distance, Formaldhold seems like an ideal candidate now that our survey of the system is complete. There is no longer any doubt a molten world and a gas giant, an abundance of asteroids and moons, a perfect ideal location for another arc furnace. Order a construction ship to begin the work at the next logical step. It is time to light the forge. Oh yeah, there is a lot of planets here. But they're so expensive.
Construction complete.
Mang. What you doing, Mang? We are going to build a starbase out here in Teom. Because I hope that I can just basically have our like defensive stations in the front.
Construction complete.
And then we can have like shipyard stations, a fleet behind.
Surface variable detected.
And I think I have enough to build both of these right now.
Variable detected. Technological acquisition
Or
successful.
we're about to find out. Edict fund is increased. All right. Off-world trading company. We have a guy who loves trading. We don't need pop growth speed because we're robots. Naval capacity from soldier jobs. Okay, but I don't really plan to have a lot of soldier jobs. And I don't need food. Is the patch live? Yeah, it just went live today. Looking forward to the UI quality for furnaces and habitats. Yeah, I haven't quite seen how to activate it yet, but I haven't had enough money to build an arc furnace, so I think once I select it, it'll tell me. We have unusual electromagnetic radiation emitting from Kunbar 4 down here. A secret subterranean bunker hiding a mega computer the size of a battleship. It may have been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single very complex problem. While the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which is abandoned and unguarded, is in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. Monthly engineering research plus 10% for 10 years. Mysterious calculations for a boost of unity. Or scrap the computer for parts. Definitely not doing that. I kind of want to know what happens. It's a giant AI computer. And also, honestly, huge chunk of unity. We could increase the arc furnace. Or we could get our first ascension perk. Select a construction ship and looking at systems tooltips will do it. Okay, all right. Now, research speed and rare technologies would work very well for us. Technological ascendancy. We are robots. Sheer destiny. Also very good for us. But we haven't met anybody yet, and we already get bonuses to this. So let's start with technological ascendancy. Select a construction ship and look at system tooltips. Not just like select this to build. I need you to better describe what you mean, because I am the dumb.
Construction complete.
I'm also like, where is that giant alien that it said we found?
Construction complete.
We got Mang. We got Mang.
System survey complete.
When you hover the cursor over a star system. Oh, arc furnace deposit sites. 15, 17, 1, 12, 21, 17, 15. Dudes, we have so many big arc furnace systems. Like, that's a lot of arc furnace systems.
Construction complete.
You're done there. I guess the next reasonable thing would be to head this way and try to take Halvam.
System survey complete.
And you're going to try to take this place. I'd love to get these other planets online.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
But I am going to have to do a little safety first here. And just lock these borders in tight. 17 influence needed.
Technological acquisition successful.
I mean, once we have it, that's it. We're gonna bail out and go other directions. Colony development speed this early, actually pretty good. Seeing as we don't have any planets, but we are about to start getting a lot of planets. Atlas has a graveyard expedition. Let's do that right away. I suppose there's no reason I can't be colonizing these. The Investosphere. Sure. Can I also do this one? This one has bad habitability. But that just basically means bad food. Which isn't really a concern. The Amotosphere? Sure. Let's overstretch ourselves.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
This is a, what, a tier 4? We can, tier 7, never mind. Yeah, definitely leave that for now.
System survey complete.
You're done there. You're actually done all your jobs, so let's send you up this way and go bop, bop, bop. This guy we're going to send there.
Complete. Construction complete.
You're going to build a bunch of stuff. Okay, we have 2 of our forward operating choke points. We have discovered through the Starship Graveyard up in Atlas a technological treasure trove, getting us a bunch of engineering research. We need influence more than anything else right now. Let's grab coil guns. They feel kind of right for robots. Oh my god, more habitable planets here as well. Honestly, even if we just end up with this chunk of space and lose Halvum, I'd be okay. We have so many planets here. It's a little bit out of control.
System survey complete.
Lot of room for our robots to grow. That's for darn tootin'. Okay, you have room for more stuff. I think I'm gonna just go crazy on research labs. A toxic terraforming candidate in the Sualan system. Up here. That's 3 habitable planets in one system. It's kind of wild.
Construction complete.
I guess like the other thing we could maybe just start doing is definitely I need to be buying more of this. We can get rid of that purchase. This guy has everything I think I want here. I want to start focusing on tasty planets that we can effectively grow into. But I got to secure this border first.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
I would also like to know what this anomaly is down here. If it affects that system, and we go for that system next. Let us... Yeah, we'll keep extending that deal. We can also now hire a consultant Trade value and market fee. Unlocks the unlocking of a council position trader liaison. I mean, why not, right?
Technological acquisition successful.
Seems kind of useful. Edict fund. Hold on. One actual second here. On the old edict fund front. We're still doing map the stars. We could pick up research subsidies for 57. So edict fund is not terrible. Orbital filing station, Unity for bureaucrats. This is the upgrade for our colonies. Gives us +1 to all leaders, unlocks planetary capitals and a Hall of Judgment. Kind of feel like we gotta prioritize that. Signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit around Sulan. Ship is not giving off heat signatures. A special project has been issued.
Situation log adjusted.
Might as well. Take a peek. See what's happening.
Special project.
The crew of the ship is dead. What's more disturbing is they appear to be killed by some highly advanced brain parasites. We were able to protect our crew from being infected. I would think that would be easy considering that we are robots. But we seem to keep forgetting that we are robots. What are our other ships? Frigates? Gunboats?
Construction complete.
Could be nice. Lots and lots happening on all sides right now. An ancient alien starship half buried in an asteroid crater with an extensive sensory array and no weapons. Seeds of Destruction archaeological site. Awesome. Another archaeological dig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our space.
Construction complete. System survey.
I mean, that's pretty tasty. So we'll go there, airplane, and then halve them. Lord Elegant Code. Might get turned on. Automatic. Another toxic terraforming candidate here. My God, dudes. Skip that one. It's a lot of planets. How much of the DLC do you have for this game? I have all of it. I know there's a lot like any Paradox game. So they do actually have a thing right now where you can pay just like $10 a month and you get access to all the DLC for that month. And it's generally what I would recommend because typically you play Stellaris for like 1 or 2 months and then you're good. Like you're good. You become good for a while. It is a very consuming monster, so. It ain't the worst choice to do it that way. The measured pounding observed from orbit is the motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors in Ambrosia, breathing their last, built and abandoned at some point in the past. The storage capacitors are broken and leaking, but some energy can be siphoned from them. Also some nice engineering research.
System survey complete.
Man, I really like our hunk of space. I still want to know where that Leviathan is. No jobs. Not a lot of jobs. Let's build a city district there.
Planetary settlement procedure initiated.
All right, we have 2 colonies going right now, which is admittedly a lot. We have colony development speed about to get teched up.
Acquisition successful.
All right, I gotta know, is this a dead end? The Lord Mindful Waves have located the source of movement in the upper atmosphere of Durabar. Surprisingly, there was no ship hidden in the cloud, but rather a young space amoeba, its mother nowhere to be seen. There is no way of knowing how this juvenile was separated from its mother or others of its kind, but one thing is certain. It appears to have imprinted on the Lord Mindful Waves. Who is where? Durabar? Over this way? And it's starting to follow them. It's proven difficult to shake. It's taken quite a shine to the youngster's determination. Space amoeba dissection. Very well.
Technological acquisition.
It's one of my favorite events because you get a space amoeba. And he's very fun. Small fusion missiles. Honestly, it's looking like we're going to go missile ships right now. We'll grab some basic combat rolls. We're getting big enough that I'm expecting we're going to start running into other people soon. It's cool they do that. I wonder if Total War would do something similar. I hope so. I mean, there's a lot that the games industry can learn from Stellaris. For example, Stellaris has a thing called the Custodian Initiative, which is that they basically hired a small team of, I think, 3 people. And all they do is go back and like fix problems with previous DLC and patches. The whole thing is just going back and doing like quality of life. And it is such a good initiative that adds so much longevity to the game. I still feel like this might be a dead end.
Construction complete.
Our scientist, Gen 2, who's good at discovering anomalies and surveying, is going to become an explorer. Got ourselves a starbase here. I'm actually kind of thinking about just skipping a step and going straight for Halvam because I am worried about... We don't know anything about what's up here. It could be anything. I also should start making starbases. Like, these are both critical junctions. I need to make sure that they are locked in. Feel like I don't really know what I'm doing in Stellaris. I need a better understanding of sources of materials, what Sitchin logs, events, indicate or imply what for late game, how to resolve issues. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what everything does. And like, I'm not playing the game and like min-maxing my way through it and going like, oh, I have to take this event because of this. I have to take this event because of this. Most times I will do things differently. And that's kind of the fun, is like you don't really know. And also, like, a lot of chains don't guarantee the same event. So like, you could do an event, you could select the thing, and you might not get the same thing that you got last time, which is important to consider. Another archaeological dig. Jumpin' Jack Flash. All right, dude, you better get up here and start exploring.
System survey complete.
Personally, it's one of the things I really, really like about the game. That it just has such good variety.
Council agenda ready.
And that you never really know. Yay! We have another council slot. Lord High Admiral or Chief Herald of Arms. Didn't we also get another position from these guys, hiring a consultant? Oh, we didn't actually pay for this. Trade value and market fee, though. Unity from subjects. I think I'm going to take a Lord High Admiral. Leader experience gain, naval capacity. Oh, this guy's the Minister of Defense. Ship weapon damage and army damage. Hostility. I could hire a new, fresh babyface in here. But I think I'm okay with him. Of course, you adopt the poor amoeba. You lead it to the nearest salvage yard for the You Monster achievement. Like to invite you for lunch. You are lunch. Aren't we all a little bit lunch? Max influence from power projection. 0.54. Monthly unity. Mechanical pop assembly speed is probably what I need most. We found silicon life forms
System survey complete.
tunneling through the planet. Sure. The amoeba juvenile that has joined our fleet some time ago appears to have reached full maturity. An oppressive adult, she is no less loyal to the ships that gave her new home when she was stranded on Durtabar. Her time spent with the fleet appears to have encouraged adoptive behaviors not typically found in wild space amoebas, making her a more formidable presence on the battlefield than others of her kind. Across Prime Code, her image has become something of a mascot for the Prime Code spirit. Man, here I was being like, I'm going to kill all the space amoebas, and then I find baby space amoeba. Bubbles, Nyx, Renegade, Yuka, Saito, Boomer, Blaze, or Nova. Or we can make up our own name. Nova? Sure. You get first come, first serve. Can you join this fleet? You can't. But you can, like, follow them.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Yay, colonies. Yay, machine assembly labs. Norath, hello. We were going to fight the space amoebas. And then we learned to love. The Minister of Defense is leveled up. I guess you're getting military ship build speed. It doesn't look like you have any other choice.
Construction complete.
I am really confused about, like, where everything is right now. Ah, boop, 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 boop. Let's build a torpedo battery in both of these. And I want to say, like, comm jammers. It's a very expensive use of my alloys right now. Okay.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Okay. We have the frontier sector started down here.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
We're gonna need to start setting up the arc furnaces and stuff soon. Incredible. Omnicode has become a statistician, giving us another 5% research speed. Dude. Tomb World, Tomb World, Tomb World. Tomb World, Tomb World. This is obviously the rats, I think. I think? We're gonna kill off the amoebas with one on our own side. I mean, maybe, yeah. That might be what happens. Well, this is a big choke pointable system. Let's start going this way. Actually, I think I'm just going to explore with this guy right now. Who is he? Research speed. Anomaly research speed. So sending him back to actually work on anomalies would make the most sense. So I'm going to have him go here. And then he is going to start at IV. And we're going to go research anomaly. Research anomaly, research anomaly, research anomaly. Okay. Okay. Making Bubbles fight her own. Paradox have announced the Eldritch Realms release date for Age of Wonders 4. Did they? I've seen them teasing it on Twitter right now. June 18th. Oh my god, that's so soon. I'm gonna reach out to my people right after stream.
System survey complete.
And I'm gonna get us early access to that this time around. I've totally paid attention to the stream, honest. My god, no. By all means, multitask.
Construction complete.
I support it. I fully support it.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
What's going on down here, homies? What do we need? 21. We need 75. I can't believe it. We got all our choke points. A magnetic reversal of the moon's magnetic pole, giving us a bunch of physics. Sure. Seems like this is a lot of space to not have run into a single faction. The Lord High Admiral has leveled up. He's hostile and aggressive. This guy is Lord High Admiral, but I actually want him like running the business. Military ship build speed, not so much. By the business, I mean like I want him running a fleet.
System survey complete.
Okay. You are done system surveying. If I put you on automated discovery chance survey speed, you're just going to start down there. I'm actually just going to do that. This guy is my archaeologist.
Technological acquisition success.
TBH, I think I'm going to send him back and start archaeologizing. FTL inhibitors. Moat harvesting plants. We do have some moats down here. We also have some astral actions. FTL inhibitors are really important for choke points. Because a choke point actually doesn't work unless you have an FTL inhibitor on it. I guess. All right, Ian, you're my archaeologist. Let's start excavating. There is work to be done. And if this choke point is finished, I think we're ready to start growing. We got people without jobs. My God, dudes. Get an industrial district going in here. Also, probably get an industrial district going in here. I don't like how small our capital is, but I guess that's kind of somewhat the point. Everybody else is fine. Asteroid sighted.
Situation log adjusted.
Can we blow it up? Our homies aren't doing much else. Anomaly research speed and happiness. Anomaly research speed. Anomaly discovery chance. Sensor range survey speed. Let's make him an explorer. Finally, we found more aliens.
Non-standard space entity encountered.
But I think they're just mining probes. Where are the aliens in this universe?
Construction complete.
This is so bizarre. So bizarre. Is this also a tomb world? This is. So these 3 planets are tomb worlds. An empty galaxy. Like, part of me is wondering, like, oh, did I screw something up? Like, a lot of jungles and kelp. Okay. I think with our borders officially secured, no sign of any real alien life forms, an incredible amount of colonies to get going, our research cooking. Absolutely, utterly cooking right now. I wonder if we shouldn't drop map the stars and pick up research subsidies. And just take the small hit to Unity. You know what? It's not a small hit to Unity. It's 17, and we don't have that much Unity. I don't even have enough energy to do education and recycling. I mean, I could probably buy less stuff. But where's the fun in that?
Technological acquisition successful.
Fusion missiles. Destroyers. Yes. Okay. If that's where we are, we're going to leave that at that today. Because that's all the time I have. I've got to go run off to an appointment. We're going to be back with more Stellaris tomorrow. We're going to continue this campaign. I think we have an incredible start ahead of us right now. I'm very excited to see where this place goes and whether or not we can absolutely steamroll everybody else in the galaxy by the time we find them. We seem to be in the quiet part of the galaxy, which is awesome. It's very good. Until next time, thank you for joining us.